you for staying with us. It's still the AM show, and it's time now for us to do AM business. The Ghana Association of Forex Bureau says the recent Cedi depreciation will not end if practical measures are not put in place to halt the situation. The association is worried the development could negatively impact the operations of businesses. The Vice President for the association, Dr. Akpabli, said the current state of the economy is likely not to aid the Cedi to appreciate. He has been speaking to Joy Business's James Ishen. Here's AM Business. Joy Business.
There have been some marginal depreciation when it comes to the Ghana Cedi. We're expecting the IMF inflows, the support to, help fight some of these depreciation our Ghana Cedi has been facing for some time. But it appears the situation seems not to be the case. We are down with the first quarter of this year, and still we are hovering around 13 Ghana Cedis. One of the key players within this space had to do with the Forex Bureau or the Ghana Forex Bureau Association. They play a key role in this. I have the vice president of that particular association, Dr. Akpabli, to help delve into the issue with respect to the happenings that had to do with the Ghana Cedi. Doc, we find ourselves in the second quarter, third, and finally the fourth quarter. That's where the election is. Do you expect a fall of the Cedi, or along the line there could be some sort of appreciation?
To be very honest with you, because I'm talking about trend, which in the election year, government want to spend more, projects, so that they can, people vote for them. I'm not politicizing, but that has been the trend. And so, once that also demand for more foreign currencies. I'm telling you, with my experience and with the trend, I don't think there's going to be any appreciation of unless something dramatically happens. For instance, our energy sector.
The
energy sector that is there. If they are importing the oil marketing companies need foreign currency to import. Recently, I think government came out with some products that they want to. I think it's for something. But maybe because it was not properly handled, people misconstrued the whole thing, and I don't know what has happened to it. But those are the things that we are not doing right. We see, we are not doing right, and if we start doing them right, I think the situation or the narratives will change. Surprisingly, for instance, we have a lot of banks in Ghana, Nigerian banks, South Africa, name them. But how many banks of Ghanaian banks do you see outside? Zero. You see, so we actually not doing things that will bring foreign currency into our country. So we are dependent on just only imports. Okay, so I think that what we must do right is to change our focus. I believe that when you want to predict the future, you must create it. Okay, if you are predicting the future, you must create it, and in the creation, you must try to solve some of these challenges. Okay, otherwise it will be you see ourselves in a vicious cycle, and there's no way we can come out of it.
Now, look, we had the EIU somewhere getting to the end of last year predicting that the Cedi would do well this year. We had Fitch also saying same that the Cedi would do well this year. But based on what you said, according to you, seem not to see any appreciation going forward. Do you still insist on that, or you think there will be at a point something may change?
But if I'm making reference to trend, okay? Trend, especially in an election year. And as a foreign bureau operator, I can confidently say that unless something dramatically happens, unless government cut down expenditure, okay, unless the demand for these foreign currencies, something is done to bring it down, then of course because those are the influences. Those are the things that influencing, the depreciation of the city. Unless something dramatically happens, I tell you, I don't know what data they are using, to predict that. But from my perspective, I'm afraid to say that I can see more depreciation coming.
Can we say the rating agencies, foreign rating agencies, have also had some impact on our city?
So yeah, so I also mentioned about speculation. Speculation is a very strong force, and because in our industry, the moment you hear that maybe some Bank of Ghana has gotten so amount of money, so people, people who would ordinarily come to sell their forex to us, okay, stop.
Yeah.
So unless something of that thing happens.
And you side with the views from people for us to have our localized rating agency?
Yes. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I ascribe to that. If we have our localized, rating agency, that is good, because we are here. Sometimes even we give information to these foreign rating, agencies. We collect data for them, and so if we have our own here, I think the precision will be much better than what we get from outside.
Now, look, I know you're a lecturer. You teach or lecture at entrepreneurship and all that. You have businesses. You know how to go about some of these things. When you look at our SME space in our part of the world, SME is more or less the drive of our economy. But it appears every now and then we have government promise, we invest in this amount into the SME space and all that. Yet we're still back to where we are. What is really our problem?
Good. So the problem is this, that it is not money. To be very honest with you, it's not money. Let me tell you, that what is causing the SMEs to fail is, number one, they see a business idea as an opportunity. But a business idea is not an opportunity. A business idea must go through analysis over time to be proven potentially lucrative, or if you will, potentially viable. Okay? So if it is not potentially lucrative or viable, there's no point trying to mobilize resources to exploit it. Okay? And that's exactly what most SME does or do. Okay? And number two, even when you are convincingly convinced that you have identified an opportunity, you don't rush into it. You must look at what we call the exogenous factors. Okay? If the exogenous factors are not conducive, benign, they are not favorable, there's no point rushing into it.
But Doc, what are these exogenous factors you're talking about?
Yeah, so the exogenous factors, for instance, is factors not within your control. Now the depreciation of the city, it's not that you can't control it.
Okay.
You must only manage it. Two, for instance, we've been talking about wars outside. We keep saying Russia, Ukraine, war, the COVID that came. Some of those things are exogenous factors that you cannot control, and so you must manage them. And if you don't know how to do this, there's no way your business will succeed. Okay, and beside that too, they are not ambidextrous. Ambidexterity. You see, when I'm talking about ambidexterity, or that our SMEs are not ambidextrous, what I'm simply saying is that, you see, you must, as you are running your business today, you must also focus on to tomorrow, the future. Okay?
Yeah.
Be futuristic.
Okay.
Without that, planning for tomorrow, I'm afraid tomorrow comes with a different, and then you can't stand. It will hit you hard, and your business will collapse.
But Doc, some may also argue that you've spoken at length with respect to what the individual, the entrepreneur can do to, sort of ensure that he survives in this space. But locally, we don't have that conducive environment for these guys. You could talk of, we have the Exim Bank, the GEPA, and the rest trying, the possible government is also investing in all that. How can these entrepreneurs survive in these harsh economic times?
So when we're talking about an environment not being favorable, it does not necessarily mean that it is not favorable for all businesses. Okay, an environment may be conducive to a certain business, but maybe not conducive, not favorable to some businesses. Okay. So as an entrepreneur, you must be clever enough to identify what product or services you want to offer at a certain particular environment. Okay. And this, if you lack this, there is no way you can, because you must know the environment and find a way of overcoming the challenges. And that is what describes us as entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are innovative, okay? They are risk takers, they are proactive, and they are ambidextrous, ambidexterity, and they are competitively aggressive, okay? And these are the things that define the entrepreneur. And so if businesses, operators lack these very things that defines them, I'm afraid they'll fall into trouble.
Thank you so much, Doc. So I've been speaking to the Vice President of the Forex Bureau Association of Ghana. We've been touching issues with respect to the Ghana cedi, the happenings, appreciation or also depreciation of our cedi, whether, especially we finding ourselves in an election year, whether the cedi would definitely see some sort of appreciation or depreciation this time. So that has been a conversation here. We also touched a bit on entrepreneurship. My name is James Ishen.